in on that, mate, because I think it's really important. This is a point that I wanted to make on this kind of like interview forum. So with ISO Speed, how much knowledge did he have of your actual product? Because, you know, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, when the celebrities, you know, with influence, there's a lot of power. And if that influencer doesn't have a full understanding of what the product is,
100%
where are they at?
100% agreed. So I can understand how it come across. However, what nobody else saw was that we was on sitting right here for 20 minutes. We've actually got the video.
3 hours.
3 hours. We was in and off, on and off, because he gets very easily distracted. We tried explaining to him exactly how the crypto space is, and we've got the video clip. We're going to release this tomorrow at some point, where we're trying to educate him on the whole crypto space. He said himself that, look, I want to get on crypto. I want to get knowledgeable in crypto. However, his live stream did not portray that. And the reason for that is because his audience is completely different. We had one of the largest largest gaming YouTubers in the world live streaming, showing our crypto game. So after the live stream, we had a live stream with Hobie Global, where we're talking about and trying to educate him about the crypto space. So I understand how it looks like. But guys, you need to understand one thing. There was 2 streams. When there was a second stream on Hobie Global's audience, it was crypto related. On his stream, his viewers, they were very young and very into gaming. So we were showcasing our game. And yes, we made it entertaining because we wanted to go as viral as possible. And that's where the marketing aspects goes. That's why we had fake Ronaldo. But it's not something that nobody realized. We had discussions with his manager. His manager knew what we was going to say, what we was going to do. However, we did obviously take it a bit overboard with the whole paradox and buy paradox crypto. It was one of those situations.
Yeah, you get et up in the thing. I think that's a really healthy thing to acknowledge as well, mate. So that's really fair play to you. But what I will say is, and I hope you don't find this disrespectful, but I really want to have my point of view on this. Speed's target audience, in my opinion.
I did want to add on to the point.
Yes, go on, mate.
Yes. And you answered the second question quite well, but I didn't want to answer the first question. What a lot of people didn't realize is almost every of the 90 KOL influencers we used, anyone that was based in the UK, they were required to come to our office and we explained to them first what a cryptocurrency is, what Paradox cryptocurrency is, and then gave them a deep dive in our office, showing them the game, showing them what everything is we're working with and doing, so they have an understanding of the product they'll be marketing. We didn't just use Web 2 marketing, we also use Web 3 marketing, which is influencers that are specialists in the crypto space. Outside of that, the Web 2 marketing was done with rappers and influencers who can give us entertainment and engagement. But a lot of people don't realize is 2 of the 5 products that we launched is entertainment based. So it made sense for us to have rappers, singers and influencers market it as a Web 2 product as well. Because a lot of people don't realize is Paradox Events is an entertainment product. Users will be required as entertainment in the real world to take part. So is the Paradox Metaverse, as it is a free play to earn game with a pay reward system that allows people to actually take part and earn cryptocurrency rewards if they choose to.
I fully understand that, but I really hope you find this in the most respectful way possible. If ISO Speed had no knowledge of the product before he arrived at your, offices, that's a failing of his management, isn't it? In my opinion,
it's not. We're not going to blame the management. This is not a blame game. We have no blame to shift towards ISO Speed. He's an entertainer. He had no control over what was going on in the sense of his channel getting botted. He had no control over that. Yes,
I think that's a separate issue, though, isn't it? If you're going to attend an event to do a promotion for a cryptocurrency without any knowledge,
we had a 3 hour in between an hour and 3 hours worth of, and we was doing crazy stuff in between, was messing about the boxing shit. We was trying to explain to him how the whole, we've got the video on this one.
Yeah, we actually do. We have the video because essentially we request that you come. It wasn't just a case of he learned on the spot, because that would be irresponsible, like you mentioned. We had back and forth with his management and Speed to actually discuss what cryptocurrency was, how it works, explaining how essentially it is digital money and how it works with the current fiats.
We wanted to do it very organically, right? This is one thing you guys, and I hope this is not trying to be a hit piece in the sense where you're trying to say it's the manager's fault. It has no fault of the manager.
No, it's not about blame game. It's about, I think it's painting a picture to the audience, because at the minute there's a lot of hatred towards probably the Speed marketing ploy or thought process. And I think people are getting very distracted, and that's kind of where I want to go with my next questions around like the educational pieces.
Sorry, I just want to clarify one thing, right? Guys, we understand all over the internet it says iShow Speed promotes scam product, right? This has got nothing to do with iShow Speed. This has got nothing to do with his management. They have done everything in their best interest, in the sense of they've done everything. They've done the due diligence. The manager has done so much in the sense where he's gone back and forth with us. He knew exactly what we were going to be doing here. Yes, we did go overboard a little bit in the sense of doing the crazy stuff that we done. I mean, the minute we started setting stuff on fire, yeah, we kind of realized that's a bit too much.
Yeah.
But everything was pre-planned, including...
And it's marketing, it's different, I get it, it's extra, you've got to be a little bit different. Yeah.
It's an entertainer. If he wasn't to do stuff like... We wanted to make it organic. How we wanted to make it organic in the sense was we wanted him to play the game, we wanted him to learn about the crypto. We didn't get to that point. At that point, 43 minutes into this, minutes into this live stream, we had a 93% success rate of likes, people's comments, everything was fine. We had no issues. Everyone was turning around and saying, this is great, rah, 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 because we was giving back to their community. It wasn't a given, it wasn't a take, it was a give and take. We was giving back to his community, right? His loyal fans. And the reason we done that was because we didn't want it just to look like a complete shill.
Yeah,
we wanted to get to that aspect of, we wanted to educate him on the crypto space. We did get to that on a different live stream because the audience that was listening on that audience was very much so crypto related. The guys that were watching on his, live stream were very much so into the whole gaming aspect. One thing I do want to make clear, this is not Speed's fault. We are not here to shift the blame onto Speed. However, it's not our fault as well. If you guys had seen the live stream, you'd see that the mics supposedly were unmuted. This is not the case. There was two mics. First mic at the beginning was not working properly. That's why you can see at the beginning of it, he said, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Once, obviously, we got botted. We got a mass bot that turned around and said, L scam chain. Now, the reason for that is 43 minutes into the live stream, we had a 98 sorry, a 93% live analytics.
Sorry, what you mean by 93 is actually 95% of likes were positive. All the mentions, the likes and upvotes and downvotes, 95% for the first 45 minutes were positive. That's what you meant. Sorry,
that's what I meant. Right? Now, guys, you need to understand, we had on average between 35 and 45,000 viewers, and 95% of the views were positive. And we was talking about Paradox Crypto. We was talking about Paradox to the moon in the same sense that we asked Paradox, in the same sense where you guys have probably seen the Binance Ronaldo to the moon campaign. It's the same thing that we've done. How comes nobody's calling him a scam? I tell you what, because there wasn't 153 scam botted comments.
153,000.
Sorry, 153,000.
I mean, I'd love to give my take on this, because I think watching I've watched iShow Speed's videos, and the culture is constant spamming of messages. But I think it's a culture in general. You know, unfortunately, within the crypto space, there is a culture of bots. And my honest impression of this, and like I say, we're not in any form of partnership. I don't own one token of yours, and I've got to be honest, it's not something that I've looked at to even consider just yet, because I'm sitting back and seeing how it plays. I'm totally upfront and honest with that.
Just like everyone else is.
It was definitely botted, and there's no two ways about it. It was a botted chat. But let's move it back onto some more of the questions, because that's my honest opinion.
There's no point showing you guys and telling you guys that it was botted without evidence, right? So this is why we want to come on the live stream and show you guys. So this is what we're going to do to you. This is going to be something that I hope will get live stream screenshot. So this is an exclusive. We have got here iShow Speed's analytics
for that video.
We're going to turn this camera now. Give you a brief backstory if you guys haven't, which is impossible. But if you haven't heard of this, the first 43 minutes of the live stream, we had on average. You know what? Let's just show you guys. Let's spin this camera, which I can't figure out how to do. Anyone, can you tell me how to spin the camera, please?
Yeah, okay. If you click on enhance, yeah.
Okay, so this is iShow Speed's analytics, right? You can see it's genuine, and you can see everything here. this is where it gets really interesting.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. So you'll see that on average that the comments have been is 18,000. On average, we worked out to be between 5 and 10,000. This is the spot where he started breaking PS5s.
Okay, sorry. Oh, we just got disconnected. What's going on there? Oh, sorry. We're just going to get that back up. Okay, so this is his channel videos analytics. If you can see from this spot here, this is, I believe, is when he started bringing, and I believe it's breaking the PS5s and when the Cristiano Ronaldo tuned in. The comments were 49,485,000. This is a guy that has flown over from America to meet his idol. This is a guy that has missed him twice. This is a guy that all of his fans want to make happen. Sorry, 69,000 comments. This is now at the second jump when he found out that he was a fake. Everyone started commenting, this is that. Throughout the remainder of the chat history, on average, you can see it was between 9,000, 7,000, 8,000, 15,000. Very, very minor spike here at 15,000 and roughly going around to around 10,000. If you now check, you can see there's this huge spike. Absolutely huge spike.
No organic growth.
No organic growth, just hype in the sense of pew, 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 in the sense of just chat botting straight away. You can see straight away, this was 153,000 messages sent in straight away. However, the live viewers were still exactly the same. And if you look at what time this was, it was exactly 43 minutes into the stream. So guys, pay attention. We have been promoting Paradox Crypto Coin throughout the whole live stream. And not a single message was scam, 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 scam. Randomly at 43 minutes, there's 153,000 messages for exactly 6 minutes. Then completely stop and go back to the original average of between 8 and 10,000 views, 11,000 comments. Then 6 minutes later, for that exact same period of time, as you can see, we got another attack. This was when we realized something is not right. Something is not clearly right. That's when we done the whole switch off the mic. And, oh, sorry, we want to show you one more thing. Can we show the viewers? At every given point, there was no more than 42 to 45,000 viewers. Okay, 50,000 at one point. Now, on average, it was exactly between the time here, 43 minutes, which is around here. So 42,000. So the viewers never changed. The viewers never changed. However, the comments went 10 times more than he's ever done in his whole life. Now,
sorry to interrupt you. These were also unique comments. So
yeah,
unique comments means from individual users. The only way you can do that is if we share a URL to actually have it botted. So there's clear evidence that that was happening and it was a targeted attack. We've seen in the past that there's something similar.
We didn't understand how this was going on. So once, and as you guys have probably seen, when the first attack happened, we ended up getting a message from one of our global partners, Be Global. Then the so-called unmuted incident happened in the sense where everyone's kept saying, oh, yes, we've just uncovered a scam. Let's go back to the clip. If you hear the clip, you can hear me saying, right, me, because that was me, right? Oh my God, I have invested $10 million into this project, my business that I've been working on for many, many hours, days, nights, weeks, years. I am going to lose it all because your whole chat is saying we're a scam. Our partners that are worth $40 billion, that have a trading volume daily of around $1 billion, have just sent us a message saying, why are they all saying you're a scam? Now, as a businessman, as someone that is passionate about my business, has invested $10 million of my hard-earned money, and a lot of you guys that are watching know my story. We've come from very humble beginnings. We've worked very hard. Not up until today, we have never been called a scam in our whole lives. And then to see that unfold under our eyes, of course I was going to panic. Of course I was going to say, what the heck is going on? We said, cut the live feed. Cut, see what this gets to. What we then turned around and said, okay, cool, we have been botted. Not at any point did anyone mention we are scamming people. We are going to pull the rug underneath these. But no, that's what's happened. Every single person with a half a brain cell could see that's what's been said.
I think it's pretty clear, Amio. It's definitely pretty clear that you were botted. The evidence is
100%.
conclusive.
Anyone with the right mind can see that. Even if you go into the comments right now, you can see it. You know what? We will bring up the comments right now. If you can bring up the comments of iShowSpeed. Go on to a new...
I don't know how.
I mean, I would like to move on in a couple of minutes, just because I think it's conclusive. You know, it is conclusive that it was botted. I think going over and over and over, it only gives more attention to something. In my opinion, there's other issues we could talk about.
We're in a cancel culture right now.
Yeah.
Now, what's happened is they've taken a 15-second segment where it's been botted and it says scam, and what they've done is they've taken that 15-second scam video and then they've portrayed it all over TikTok, YouTube, and what's happened is everyone has now added their 2 pence and said, yes, it's a scam. Anyone with right mind can see this is not a scam. So what that's happened now is just a rolling on effect. People need to understand one thing, and I know a lot of iShowSpeed followers are watching as well, right? No one knows who we are, right? But you go all over TikTok, it's just simple. iShowSpeed promoted Project Crypto Scam. Not only are they trying to cancel iShowSpeed, they cancelled us in the process.
And that was part of my question before, Amio, when I was saying, how much does he actually know about the project? Because, can I be totally honest with you? I think the biggest loser from all of this, and I know you've put loads of money in, is a 17-year-old kid that, you know, has clearly thought it's a great concept and a great idea, turned up, tried to do something good online and share it with his followers, and now he's just getting bombarded online. Pardon?
Anyone in this chat can see that every single week we come on live once or twice a week and educate people about the crypto space. We want to bring people from the Web 2 era into the Web 3 era because we believe that
is my next question is, what have you actually done to educate new people into
we
the
come
space?
on live every single day, every single other day, and we teach people. We have a private Telegram group with over 400 members where we teach people about blockchain technology. We are doing our bit for the crypto space.
I'm touching upon that. A lot of people don't realize is you mentioned you've been in crypto for 2 years. We've been in it for slightly longer. We go on live. We haven't much in the last couple of days for obvious reasons. We come on live for on average about 2 to 3 hours. We have comments and we ask people to comment the kind of cryptocurrency that they are investing in. We normally bring up CoinMarketCap and we do a quick bit of TA, understand people on that. Just a few days ago, we jumped on TikTok and gave people a breakdown of what was going on with the FTX. A lot of people hear what FTX is done, but they don't actually understand what happened.
Yeah.
We're really good at breaking stuff down and explaining to them in a better way for them to understand. This is something we've been doing every week for the last 2 years, and we plan to do it for the next 5 years. It's not simple as telling them, go buy this cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
End game. Now, that is hard to explain to someone in a message. Having a video on TikTok where people are able to comment and actually interact with is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to actually on board. A lot of people didn't realize this. Amir is actually already a friend of Speed's from previous. He's met him countless times, once previously when he was in London, and he had the opportunity to actually talk to him about our cryptocurrency and explain how it works. The best way of explaining it was esport gamers get paid live streaming on Twitch for playing games and earning money. Now imagine if they're rewarding us unique currency that is actually rewarding and created by the community. Simple mechanics of actually explaining it in that way was an easier way of making him understand as a streamer what the benefits are of a playing a game working with a cryptocurrency.
I mean, every day of the week you can go on live and check people streaming. The most common streaming platform is Twitch. The most common partnering for most common partners in the crypto space is Stake. A lot of people that are in the YouTube and Twitch streaming platforms, they have affiliate programs, they have sponsorship deals with these crypto projects. We just got caught on the crossfire with the whole polling situation, which is gone viral.
And right? I think that brings me on to my next point, and I really do want to touch on these, and I kind of want to let it flow because I really want you to get your chance to have good feedback and all this. So, can I get you to commit to some form of budget to educating young people that are coming into the space? And just hear me out on this point. You've spent an awful lot of money, and I'm assuming it was an awful lot of money to get people at iShowSpeed involved in it. It seems daft to me to not have a resource pack or a budget that then educates them. You've got them on the hook. Then you need to educate them and teach them the correct ways. And I believe that also potentially could be either independent or a resource pack that you put within the Paradox system.
To be honest, we have actually already discussed this. We have a crypto course that basically is a breakdown on how cryptocurrencies work and how to trade it. It's already part of our private members package for private group. We made it just for them. It's a breakdown of explaining what cryptocurrency is as a normal person, so it's easier for them to understand.
Well, that's a paid for service, isn't it?
No, it's free of charge.
Yeah, it's
free.
We
do it free of charge.
Free. Now, what we're going to do, we're actually going to chuck it into our Discord for Paradox, so people are able to learn exactly what cryptocurrencies are. And we're going to continue actually having 1 to 2 hours a week talking about crypto on TikTok, where people can ask simple questions and we can explain to them. A lot of people ask simple questions like, what is a support and resistance? What are layer ones? Is Solana any good? Why is Solana dumping? Oh, well, Solana had affiliation with FTX because they were funded by them, because they were on incubation with Binance a long time ago, and that's what the Binance trouble is. So we're explaining things in a way that is easy for them to understand, and we're going to continue doing that because we get a personal reward out of it when people actually learn something and take initiative of spending an hour or 2 hours on TikTok listening and learning. And a lot of people we also do is we direct them to Coin Bureau on YouTube because he does a better job than anyone
that
and
the thing is, we're not just new to this market. A lot of people that are viewing this right now will 100% agree with us. I have been coming on TikTok live for the last year since I started this app. And we go on twice a week, 3 times a week, and we do stuff like this. We talk about cryptocurrencies. Yes, we do stuff that are very controversial as well, but that's to bring the viewers in. And this is one thing that's very important to us. We do want to give back to our community. So yes, we are happy, more than happy to pledge to that.
That's a great pledge. And I think personally, from my point of view, I've seen the way that you both speak. I think you come across with great intelligence, but there's one thing, and like I say, always respectful with my opinions. I'd really like you to adapt your terminology from going, I guarantee on launch certain X's, to I guarantee you're going to be investing in a solid project with this utility, with this roadmap intact, and this is potentially the future. Because I think as an educational standpoint, we're much 100%. Better to inform people that way.
I believe that obviously we was talking about our content. You have to understand one thing. At least you're giving me the opportunity to talk. If you roll back and watch his video, it's a one-sided attack, right? It's a one-sided attack where all they do is poke, get a reaction out of me, and I'm not the best under stressful situations, as you guys have probably seen. One thing
bearing in mind 2 days of no sleep and all that controversy, and we were more than happy to jump on this live YouTube with him.
5 minutes notice.
Because we have nothing to hide. We are full transparency. A lot of people don't realize this. We're not perfect. Our company might not be perfect, but if somebody has issues with it or can bring up key points on what we can improve on, we're going to listen, we're going to take the advice, and if we can, we will tweak certain things about our business to make it more acceptable for the general public. Because at the end of the day, a business that doesn't learn from what people are talking about when they're criticizing your company, you're not going to be here in a year time, you're not going to be here in 2 years.
Yeah,
so
but then going on to, like I said, we have full transparency, right? We went on live with him, and at the end of the day, it was hippies. We didn't realize it was going to be one of those situations. We've looked a little bit into him. We thought he was doing the right thing. Clearly, he wasn't. He didn't have an issue against us. He had an issue with crypto as a whole. And I want to know your opinion on this. Do you think he was attacking us personally, or was he taking out his anger on us? Because we asked him a simple question. Do you like crypto? He replied with 90% of crypto projects are scams. So if that's the case, you're saying we're a scam because you think crypto's a scam.
I'll be totally honest with that answer to that question. I feel like there's a mixture of both. I feel like he had objections to aspects of the product, but really didn't bring his point across in a very professional, effective way, which put him across in a really poor light because he had an agenda against cryptocurrency.
100%. I mean, he had an issue with USDT, and I said to him, well, how did you buy a cryptocurrency in the first place? You still use the cryptocurrency you call a scam to buy your favorite cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum, which is fine. It's his opinion. But don't label us a scam because you think crypto is a scam in total.
Yeah.
I mean, we had issues in the sense of some of our projects, very ambitious. But we made it very clear to him and very understandably clear to him that, look, we are not guys that say stuff and not do them. I mean, we've got some of the biggest YouTubers in the world. We've done podcasts with some of the biggest YouTubers.
I've seen you with Logan Paul, etc.
Of course, when we say we're going to do something, we make it happen because we have the resources and we have the funding to do so.
Actually, sorry to interrupt you, we don't announce it until it's actually set in stone. You notice all the official announcements happen, and then the consumers see the product. So it's not a case of us saying, "Oh, we're going to do this," and then we do something close to it. We say we're going to do something specific, and then
we go ahead and do this.
But this brings me on to my next question, though, guys, because I think your marketing, nobody can doubt it. You know, you've not just spoke about it, you've done it, and you've done it. End of subject. It's happened. But Do you regret, I'm crypto head, you're crypto heads, do you regret not building slowly from within crypto circles, proving yourselves within crypto circles, and then branching out?
Well, a lot of people don't realize this. We're based in the UK. We've been around for a year now, and we've been doing what we call 50-50, 50% Web3 marketing and 50% Web2 marketing. This way, we get ourselves known in the crypto space. We held expos and attended expos ourselves in Dubai at the MetaCon, where we were able to interact with and meet fellow crypto projects that we had done collabs with, as well as other cryptocurrency exchanges, and get face-to-face with a lot of founders. And actually, Amio took part in a speaking panel where he talked about playing in games, and actually had an argument about how one of the members, one of the founder, was actually talking about how playing in games weren't going to be around for long, and how Ami was arguing the point that it will if it learns to be part of a bigger ecosystem, which is something we did. We also held a private expo ourselves in London, where we had over 250 members of the Paradox community attend, where we had the games there to play, pizzas, live tuning ourselves. It was actually attended by the Binance community as well, who took part and actually asked questions. So a lot of people say, have we been around? We haven't been around for long enough time, or that we haven't been interacting with crypto. We have. It's just we haven't popped up on your.
We
radar
haven't
yet.
popped up on your radar because we haven't had some of the biggest influencers in the world promote us. Like I said, we had Binance come to our expo. We have had numerous meetings with Binance. You see it all over our Instagram pages. So it's one of those situations where to get labeled a scam now, it's like, okay, why are we getting labeled a scam?
Well, I think it's very easy for you to change this narrative now.
This
and
is what we're trying to do. We're trying to change it, L to a W. And
this pledge of education, this pledge of educational resources and doing good for the space, if you follow through on these actions and you commit to it, and you have committed to it on this live stream, guys, there's no way, if you fulfill what you're going to go out there and do. But we'll come on to the product. We will come on to the product because we said we would talk about other things. Yeah. So let's go into a few other things. And go, mate, go.
I'll say one thing as well is we have actually partnered with a large amount of cryptocurrency projects and business in there. We had many private AMAs and allowances with these companies. We actually had a few set forward just hours after the exchange launch with companies, like example as Certic, we had it with Chainlink, and we had many more that we were going to announce, but we had to be put on pause whilst we deal with the current issue in our hand.
Can we talk about a few of those, because they are the partnerships within crypto circles are the things that people are talking about the most. So the first one is about the Certic audit. And when you're getting audited, can you explain the process, what that means for people that are new into the space, and what you actually physically have to do to be able to go through that?
Okay, so a lot of people don't realize when it comes to an audit in general, what an audit is it's a company looking to attack your cryptocurrency smart contract to find it for flaws, to find out how to make it more efficient, and to see if there's any issues that could be attacked or used against, or could be malicious. It could be from any direction. We spent time and effort on making a contract as good as it can, and then we presented it to Certic prior to exchange launch, so they can look at our cryptocurrency smart contract, attack the staking pool, the staking contract, attack the burn mechanisms within it, and to check for any deficiencies and any issues that could arise. We started this process, I believe, about 4 months ago. I'm talking about early July, I think it was. And we had 2 revisions where they found flaws. We looked into it, we improved it, we set it back. They would have found more, we improved it, we set it back, because that is the whole point. The whole point of an audit is to protect your smart contract, which runs the ecosystem of your cryptocurrency. So, for example, if there's ways for it to be manipulated by the founders for any reason, that would have been checked and that would have been highlighted. And it is public, where once the audit is done, it's displayed for the world to see. And the reason why we use Certic was they're the biggest in the game. They're hard to get, they're not cheap, but we want to use them because we want that stamp of approval from the biggest company in the world when it comes to all this. And
that we're not a scam.
And this is publicly available for people. And you're going to put it on your website fully, and make sure.
It should already be on the CoinMarketCap. It should already be on our website. But if it isn't, we'll put up anyway.
Just to make people aware that are watching this, because they might not know how to access this information,
We have held AMAs in our Discord community, and we've done breakdowns and stuff like that. But to be honest, with everything that's been going on, we've actually not been able to get a lot of stuff that we plan to get done.
Quick fire question: can we see evidence or proof of the Chainlink partnership?
Yes.
Actually, you got pictures of the conversations. A lot of people don't realize is our NFT contract is working with Chainlink. Now, the way that works is essentially NFTs need to be randomized for it to be completely transparent that they are unique one-on-ones as well. We use the Chainlink integration using Chainlink VRF as well.
Where's your phone?
Oh.
You got the Telegram group as well.
Where is my phone? I don't know.
Someone bring over Fastest phone, please. We're gonna actually show you guys right here, right now, and also as well the Polygon Matic.
Sorry, I'll talk to that. Yeah, so the Chainlink partnership, they actually approached us in early April when we were launching our NFT collection, and what we did with it is we used their Chainlink technology to 100% randomize our NFT collection for mint. We are actually continually looking to use them for what is called the, to be honest, I've dropped it in the back of my head. When it comes to random airdrops of NFTs, they have a mechanism that works to actually allow you to randomize it and automate the system.
As we didn't want to be someone that can potentially say, okay, we'll keep all the rarest NFTs for ourselves and we'll give you the crap ones. It
wasn't just that either. It turns out when it goes halfway through to actually the mints happening, apparently for the last half of the remaining NFTs, there's an algorithm that can figure out what is most likely to come next. So we didn't want an issue where people waited and minted it at the end to get the best ones. We wanted it to be unique. And that's why we used Chainlink for that. We actually had AMAs arranged from this week, but we had to delay because it made sense to delay.
yeah, I understand.
But yeah, the conversation I had with them. Let's give me a second to get it out.
So yeah, while he gets that out, like I said, we sat down with the CEO of Polygon Matic, JD. We showed him everything, and I'll be honest with you, he loved the project. We're going to put this video out tomorrow, and we're going to most likely try and get him to retweet this. But because of all the bad press we're getting right now, most likely that's not going to happen. However, we still have the video. He loved our project. He loved our game. He loved everything about us. We told him about how we're going to be doing the marketing, and he loved it. Only thing he wanted us to do, to change, was to bring it over to the Polygon Matic ecosystem. Now, this is very important. If we have someone that is one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges in cryptocurrencies top 10 in the world, surely if we was a scam, they would have seen us a mile away. Then to turn around and have him on video say, this is the best game I have seen in the crypto space, surely that's a big thing. With this whole, yes, we are a AAA game. Okay, cool. We might not be a AAA game. Compared to our competitors, we're a 10A game. Right?
But do you agree? I've seen Axie Infinity, but I think that is a critical, that is a really important point. This is an important point because a AAA game, we all know AAA games like Call of Duty, etc., etc. Yeah. I mean, I think you were referring to within the crypto space, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a AAA game. I think if you probably take time back, I'm assuming, I don't want to put words in your mouth, you'd probably rephrase that statement. I don't know if you want to make.
But the thing is,
we wouldn't rephrase. We'd add a few words to say we are a AAA game in the playing sector.
But he wouldn't give us the chance to speak. All he'd do is, you said you're a AAA game. No. So we are a AAA game compared to our competitors. But no, he doesn't want to put that clip out there. What the heck was that?
Too much. I don't know what's going on.
Attacked again. That scared the crap out of me. Right. We are a AAA game in our space. We are a AAA game compared to our competitors.
So if you were to name it though, your game right now, because it's not AAA.
We're going to be biased towards our game compared to everyone. We're going to say we're best in the world. Of course, anyone that has spent so much time and effort and money into building a business are going to be biased. We are You've seen me jump up and down when the guys turn around and talking crap about Bitcoin. As far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin's my baby as well. So when people talk bad about crypto, I get very agitated. And obviously, he knew exactly how to turn the keys. And obviously, he got me at the ropes where he started talking about. At the end of the whole live stream, I get my composure again, and I get it. He don't like this whole. Sorry.
What we do?
So this is the chain link, is it? I guess
this is chain link.
Give me a second.
We're going to flip the camera so you guys can see. Because like I said, we have proof with everything. So if this was the case that we're not, then surely.
So you can see from the headline of this one.
All right. Do you want to?
No.
Don't show the email address.
No, okay. The email address is hidden. But yeah.
Okay. Paradox and Chainlink announcement co-meeting.
Co-marketing.
Go up. What date was that?
10th of May.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, it coincided when that NFT collection got made.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. Can you see that time and the date?
10th of May.
10th of May. And as you can see, Paradox announcement.
But have you got anything that says partnerships, marketing,
So we are excited to fully commit to maximize the reach for our network together. We share a whole suite of partnerships, social media, community AMA, and we will collaborate as an integration progress towards mainnet. In order for us to dedicate so many resources, you will make Chainlink your only randomness and smart contract automation provider. So the agreement with this partnership is we will use them for this kind of API data instead of other verified companies. For example, the Chainlink VRF for the minting process. We will also integrate Chainlink keepers for the NFT airdrops to ensure they're automated and keep randomized. And we'll write a rough draft, Medium article, and blog post. We can continue it. And that's essentially part of the process what we do with them. Smart contract.
Okay, so the Chainlink partnership is fully signed, sealed, delivered.
Signed, sealed, delivered. They're
It just
waiting-
hasn't happened taking place yet
because
the strategic announcement that didn't get to made just yet.
Exactly. We get to decide and choose what day we want to announce this. However, this was part of our marketing campaign of when we will announce this. However, because of everything that's going around right now, we don't think it's the best time to announce this.
But
So
we'll do it right when we want to.
when we feel that it's right for the right marketing.
I mean, that's understandable, guys.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
What I think a lot of people don't realize is we are fully transparent in a way where we actually not just say we're going to do things, as I mentioned to you, we do come with the evidence, because if anyone is saying something, it should be easy to bring the evidence up within a couple of seconds, a couple of emails.
Why is it that we have been around for the last year? Why is it that we have had interviews and podcasts and TikTok lives with some of the most influential people in the world? I mean, we're talking Crypto Mason. He has over 1.3 million followers on his Twitter space and TikTok account. He knows his projects, and for him to be probably listening, because he said he's going to probably listen in and do reviews on our project and say, yes, these guys are pretty good. What they're doing is very ambitious, and if they pull it off, it will be one of the best cryptocurrencies in the world. We have Blockchain Boy. We had a meeting with him and Joshua Jake earlier on this evening, and they fully understand exactly what's going on in this space. It is a cancel culture.
Yeah, good.
FUD can spread so fast in this space, and because we've got some of the biggest YouTubers in the world attached to this project, in the sense where any little thing that goes wrong is straight away portrayed as negative. One of the most important things, guys, need to understand one thing. We was labeled a scam by millions of people.
With no evidence.
With no evidence whatsoever. Millions of people called us a scam because someone said in the scam, if these comments were on and if someone was turning around and say scam, would you believe them? Be honest.
Personally, I think it's not if one or two, and I think this is the issue with the live stream. If multiple people start saying something, then it's very different.
But did we not prove that he was buoyed?
You have, yeah, you have. But
based on
I think from crypto circles, it was arguments about Chainlink and a few issues around the product that people wanted to bring up. And I did want to ask a few questions, and I hope that I can get some answers on them, the remaining questions that I've got. I think from a speed perspective, from a marketing perspective, we've addressed it. And I think from your commitment now for educating people into the space, and you've pledged, it's on file. You've come out, you said you're going to commit to making sure that you're doing these huge marketing campaigns, which are fantastic. And by the way, I commend you for, because ultimately I'm passionate about crypto. We want more people coming into the space. Web 2 to Web 3 is essential, and that's the best way to do it. But that comes at a cost. With influence is great power and becomes responsibility. Responsibility needs education.
I wasn't ignoring you on my phone. I was trying to see if I could find a video. Here we go.
Okay, so guys, one second.
So I'll start from the beginning. It was just pretty big deal for us because we're massive fans of Chainlink. But
and for the co-mapping process, I will be your main point of contact, and today basically I will walk you through our process.
Okay, perfect. Happy days.
Yeah, so actually I just need to confirm your use case with us, and also
this was a video we took.
This is officially on the what day is this?
That's already in our smart contract. Already active last week.
Can you see that?
So this is one
10th of May.
10th of May, yeah.
I recorded this because this was the first time ever having a conversation with Chainlink, and it was the biggest feeling for us because our first cryptocurrency investment was Chainlink. This was around about May 2020, and it was our first investment. So we were massive fanboys of Chainlink, and we still are. It's still one of our largest allocations and investments as personal investors. We managed to buy in at very low.
So this was very big for us to have a partnership with Chainlink.
We're fanboys.
So you have to understand, people can say what they want on the internet, but if they have no valid, actual evidence, how do you get away with actually causing this FUD and getting away? This is one thing I don't seem to understand.
But Amio, I think you've got to take responsibility for that, though, because again, respectfully, and I sound probably quite brutal when I say this.
No, we want you to ask questions that people want to hear.
You've gone for headlines and limelight rather than building your foundations. And when you go straight into headlines and limelight when it comes to audience, and you've not worked on the lower level and the foundations, It's the foundations that come and bite you. The limelight has got to be there with the foundations in place.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I do agree with you. A person should always build their foundation before launching to the next step. But we spent the 8 months, 9 months prior to this doing exactly that.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't really have an issue when we did launch, and that's why we didn't have any of these kind of issues right now. It's only because we actually grew to such a large place where we were able to, because we are such close friends with these kind of influencers and YouTubers, that we were able to grow so quickly.
So rapidly.
All it took was 1 minute of bad limelight out of the other 90 influencers used for what could be total over 100 hours of influencer content in the last year was the reason why we're not ready for marketing.
Well, that's a good point. But let's come back to the content and like the actual project.
Yeah, cool.
So I really wanted to touch on the white paper, and the white paper for me is like nothing I've ever seen before, and that isn't a negative or it's not a positive. It's just a comment that I wanted to make. For me, it looked. I understood it, but hear me out on this. To me, it looks more like, but it looks more like a marketing leaflet than it does something that has substance in terms of your project and projects, ambitions and goals. So do you regret not having something more for the crypto heads, which is a little bit more substantial, that they can break through all your tokenomics, your roadmap, the further details that they require to invest in a solid project?
Good question. And it goes back to the first question. Who are we targeting? Who is our target audience? We have Web 2 and Web 3 targeted audiences. So we wanted to make it understandable so the average person that doesn't have a clue about crypto can understand how we can make money, where we're going to be in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 5 years. And the tokenomics, if anyone actually has a read and a deep dive into it, will understand these are done by some of the greatest tokenomic specialists in the world, alongside my brother and co-founder Faisal. So anyone in the crypto space can see this is a good project. Anyone that is not from the crypto space can have understanding of what it is we are doing without having 10 hours conversations with the person and explaining to them pinpoint by pinpoint.
But I know exactly what you're saying. I think there's room for 2 documents then. I think there's a document for...
I do, to be honest, I didn't want to interrupt.
Good idea. We should try that.
We already have. We announced publicly the link for their Gitbook for the actual in-detail version of our white paper. Now, there was originally, early in the year, a more complicated white paper.
And the same question we got asked by everyone.
The community just found it very overwhelming, because when you go into detail, it means talk about numbers and specific facts, and it was so overwhelmingly confusing, and we had to spend more time explaining it on our community chats in Discord. So what we did was we kept it simpler, and now what we do is we hold AMAs every week, essentially rephrasing everything we're talking about, describing everything in detail. So we'll do both as well, because like I said, we listen to our community and any concerns that would have. So you'll see a more updated in detail version now as well on our Gitbook, as well as this one for our main website with a link to the Gitbook as well.
And I know you're time, so I'll ask you a few more questions, and then I'll probably leave it, and then I will ask you in 2 weeks to come back, and I'd like to review a few of these questions again if possible. So let's just go over this. What have you learned from the last week, and what would you change?
What I would change is absolutely nothing, unfortunately, because we are the most trending cryptocurrency coin in the world right now. However, we are trending for the wrong reasons. We are aiming to turn this L into a W and educate people that we are still here. If you would have bought our cryptocurrency coin from launch up until its peak within the first hour, you would have been up 600%, regardless of all the FUD that was going around. Currently, right now, we are up 180%.
Actually, 30, 60, 90, about 190.
So roughly about 190% if you was to have bought on the pre-sale. So rumors say one thing, but the actual numbers say something completely different. Yes, the coin is down completely from all-time high, but that's because people take healthy profits. You explain, you teach blockchain, you teach people about crypto. Is it not healthy to take
It absolutely is healthy to take profits, but I think it's also healthy to have a full understanding of where it's going, and that's why I wanted the emphasis on education. And I think it's I'm going to call it like not a corporate responsibility, but like it is your responsibility as responsible people within the space to preach education, and your commitment to that is great.
This is one thing we wanted to explain to 90% of the people holding our tokens are holders, long-term holders. That's why there's no selling pressure. Like I said, many people have this understanding and think that, oh yes, the founders can dump on the tokens. Okay, well, if that was the case, if you guys actually look into our tokenomics, you'd see that we don't actually get a cent. We don't get a token released to us because we are vested for a whole year. We can't dump on the project. So this whole narrative of pump and dump is completely out the window. And to confirm, we will have an announcement tomorrow regarding the burning process. What people don't seem to understand is in our smart contracts, if they ever bothered to research, like they say, do your research, they will see that there's a burning mechanism, which was meant to be an announcement that we was meant to make the day after the TGE. But we didn't get to it because of all the stuff that's going on. So like I said, our job...
Are you going to give him a hint?
We're going to give them a hint.
Okay.
Founders tokens will all be burned.
We don't need them.
We don't need them. Why do we need them? Because at the end of the day, we're here for the long run. Now, if we wasn't here for the long run, why would we burn our tokens? We see such a big potential in Paradox Crypto. We're doing stuff that nobody has and nobody ever will in the crypto space.
But I do want to make one thing clear. It is not an easy system of doing the burn. We'll have to essentially announce it formally, release a Medium article, give the voters of our community like.
And the reason why, sorry, I just want to interrupt before I forget. And the reason why we have to do it within 28 days is because, like I said, the tokens that hold the ecosystem's tokens, before anything is ever done, will have to be approved and announced 28 days prior. We have a multi-sig wallet.
It's a smart contract.
It's a smart contract. Like you said, everything is on the blockchain.
Yeah, into it now.
Confirm this. We have a multi-signature wallet where two people would have to sign off on this before.
Understood.
Four people.
So touching back on that, we were mentioning it a few times in our community that we want to do it, but we want to make an official announcement. But essentially, end of the day, we're rich. We don't need money from Paradox to keep ourselves alive. I can still buy a Bugatti next year if I want to. I could buy one this year if I want to. There's preference for choice. So the founders tokens was really, it's a requirement for the team to have it there. It's a 1 year lockup, and then we get a little bit released every quarter. The plan was every time it gets released, we just burn it. But to be honest, we'll release an article, we'll announce it to the public on Discord, and we will give 28-day notice when it happens, and it will initiate the process if we're.
So can I make a request on that? Because on this conversation, we've made a lot of promises for the future. So in 2 weeks' time, can we jump on again? And I'd like to discuss.
We can jump in 2 weeks' time and 4 weeks' time. I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok more than I should be.
Yeah, it's an addiction.
Should be.
But I think I'd really like to cover, because it's been questions, and I know we want to cover it.
Give it one more question because we need to jump off at 1:15 because we've got another guest coming on.
No problem. So I want to cover staking. I want to cover tokenomics, and I want to cover kind of the future and your education.
Choose one because we really need to jump off. So which is the most important thing for you right now?
Staking.
Okay, cool. So what is your question on staking, and I'll answer it for you.
Well, I just want to know, is it sustainable, first of all? And if I was to invest X amount of pounds right now, what would it look like in 12 months' time?
Okay, so the way our staking process works is it works on a decentralized exchange that's going to be launching called Paradex. Essentially, if you stake your power tokens with a decentralized exchange, you're going to be getting rewards. It can vary based on how much you put in and how long you stake for. For example, if you would stake for the maximum amount of length of 2,888 days, you'd be able to get the maximum reward of, I believe it was 30% returns on investment, 20% return on investment, maybe. The way this works essentially is we're not minting tokens to reward users because that doesn't make sense. We have similar process of 0.2% transaction fee to PancakeSwap because it works really well, and that is going to go to the rewards pool to actually reward the token holders that are staking with their cryptocurrencies. But this isn't sustainable on its own, in my opinion, when it comes to making an ecosystem. The same way a play and earn game ecosystem isn't sustainable for one cryptocurrency. This is why we have a DEX. You stake with the DEX, and then you are able to get return from there. So there's two streams of rewards to the reward pool and the staking pool. But also, to added bonus, we are giving you permission. If you stake with Paradex, you are able to take part in our launchpad. Rather than users staking on our launchpad and earning 20% returns from a cryptocurrency that's going to have to mint to give you the rewards, we are now having our community provide the liquidity of the staking pools by pairing it with DEX, the Paradox token, as well as having them have the permission to get the returns on being able to take part in the launchpad, Powerpad, and as well as others. Now, a lot of people kept saying 30%, that's unreasonable, but a lot of people don't realize is PancakeSwap can give you up to 45% returns on pools. Why is ours so ridiculous when it comes to that?
So the biggest crypto exchange, the biggest crypto DEX, Uniswap, SundaeSwap, PancakeSwap, they offer you more returns. But when we offer you slightly less, it's so, oh my God, it's too good to be true. So this is what we talk about. It's a cancel culture. People don't want to do their research first and want to say things before they even do their research. But obviously that gets headlines and that gets clicks and that gets views. It's all clickbait. So you have to understand, 45, we're going to, we'll show you right now. It's just because we don't want you thinking that
These are just figures we made up.
with the figures that we made.
Bear in mind, when we actually work on our decks, we had to do research into our competitors.
PancakeSwap return staking around 45% APR. So
And
it's not.
there's a calculator here for it, if you want to do the figures. There's countless articles and companies that are trusted, such as Bybit, explaining the process.
So you have to understand, it's very important to do your own research, right? Don't just listen to other people. FUD is real, as you can see with our project. People have done a 6x, a 600% return. It should have been a 60x. Now, you guys have to understand, yes, we made a bold claim. You can make 10x to 1,000x. I can all 100x. But guys, one thing you have to understand is, if you look at what we was talking about, where we got rudely interrupted, right? We said, compared to the last 10, 20 projects that have been listed, we've been listed on the biggest launch pads in the world. Pools, Blockpad, Engine Startup. The average returns on any project that gets returned on there is between 10 and 100x. So why is it that when we make these claims, oh no, you guys are too good to be true, you're a Ponzi?
And so what I would say is, though, on that point,
the last thing I touch on is, a lot of people said, oh, so he says on PowerPad you can get 10 to 100x as a long-term investment on your returns. Well, the first product we launched with PowerPad was the Paradox token,
which done 600%
in the current state of our marketing.
Yeah.
In a market where people are calling us a scam, we still managed to get 6x on initial day. Where are we going to be in a year? Where are we going to be in 2 years? Now, people kept mentioning, oh, there's 300% inflation in the first year. What a lot of people don't realize when they invest in crypto,
90% of the companies out there do that.
Yes, because the initial year is the largest amount of release, but after that it tapers out and it starts stabilizing. Obviously, by the time the end of the year happens, about 300%. If you look at the cryptocurrency price right now, if we're sitting at 2x, we're already 1x away from what the price would be if all the tokens were released today. A lot of people don't realize this, and because they just look at headlines from a 5-second video on TikTok and think, that's somebody said it and it's going viral, it must be true.
But you can counteract that by snippets, 15-second educational snippets you put out, and you put the time and energy into that rather than chasing.
We will.
That would be my feedback on that.
Controversy gets more views and clicks.
It does.
I've seen it myself. I'm a very controversial figure.
I kid you not. Imagine a screenshot of a YouTube live from Speed saying he is exposed as scam. That was it. And they went 100,000.
And you know what the funny thing is? This recording right now, where we've just completely reassured all of the members and everyone watching that we are not scams.
Yeah.
They won't even get 10,000 views.
Well, okay, because I think the biggest, and I know you've got to go, so you've got another meeting. 2 weeks' time, let's meet again. Because the thing is that you're not going to be around in a week's time. Personally, I believe that you are.
Well, if you're around, Paul, I'm sure you're not around on the first day.
Well, that's right.
We're still up 160.
Hang on, let me finish. Personally, I believe that you are going to be around. And that is why I really want to catch up on your pledge on education. I want to touch on tokenomics again. And I want to talk on vesting schedule in the future. And then let's see where we're going.
We can talk about vesting schedule right now. It's not a problem.
No, because I know you've got time. Let's go through it.
Let's talk about the vesting. That takes priority of everything. But we have our assistant taking notes. And there'll be action within 24 hours because I've had a monster cash.
What is it that you want to know about vesting schedule? And guys, if you're watching, vesting schedule is a lockup of the tokens and get released over a certain amount of time.
I want to know everything. I want you to break it down. How they're getting vested, how they're getting released.
Okay. All right. Should we put it on our screen? How can we do this?
Can you put it on? So
it's kind of hard to talk about it.
And listen, I'm not talking over you. I'm trying to give you respect. That's why you know. And respect for the people that's
watching. For the people that's
watching. We're trying to figure out how we could explain it while they see the actual.
Okay, if I do it like this, and then we can show you guys.
Yeah, because I got on the MacBook, it's a bit small screen, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, guys.
Let me see if I can get up on here. I might have it. Oh yeah, actually, I can get up on it.
You can get up on there.
Yeah,
okay, so let me just
go through our lovely website. It should be just here. There we go. Okay, could you pick a topic and we'll discuss? Okay. So your main concern with an investor schedule unlock is Actually, should we bring this up or should I try and get the Excel up instead?
No,
With
just
the
show
security
this.
risk?
This is good. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine.
This is more understandable. If you start getting the Excel up, no one's going to understand this. A lot of
There's
people
no-
are getting old right now, they won't understand this. So all of our vesting schedules are they're open on the public domain. You can see this, you can talk about this, and you can question anyone. We would not be partnered up with Hobie Global. We would not be partnered up with Chainlink. We would not be on Engine. Do you know the process of getting listed on Engine Star?
Well, this is one of the questions I wanted to ask, but
It is impossible. That's why they don't list many coins. And
Pools
and Pools is one of the biggest cryptocurrency launch pads in the world. They do not launch a coin because you guys don't need to understand one thing as well. When their unlock happens, it's on certain rules. If your price is above a certain price for a certain amount of time,
you
We gotcha, we got you, buddy. You're a Bitcoin hater. You hate crypto. That's why you don't like us. That's why you call us a scam, because you hate us crypto guys.
Repeat what I said. Repeat back what I said word for word. I said.
That's fine on Twitter. That's fine on Twitter.
You're probably pro.
We gotcha, we got you, buddy. You're a Bitcoin hater. You hate crypto. That's why you don't like us.
One thing, because the main thing that's going around right now is the muted mic situation, right? Okay. That's the most thing that's going viral right now, where I'm turning around, which is me, by the way. I turn around and say, oh my God, I've invested $10 million into this and I'm going to lose it all because your chat is saying they're a scam. When I went back and I seen the message on the phone from Hobie Global, they are one of our partners. We are getting listed on the world's biggest exchange. We had Hobie Global in our
Oh my God, this is insane. In Speed stream, he forgot to mute his mic and he just exposed Paradox Coin for being a scam. Just watch this clip. Oh my God, this is insane. In Speed stream, he forgot to mute his mic and he just exposed Paradox Coin for being a scam. Just watch this clip.
شيء بيع. قلت لك تفضل.